What happens when your ID is no longer just something you carry? What happens when your ID becomes the key to everything? Your bank account, your medical records, your employment, your taxes, your online speech, your travel. How about your education and your access to public services? What about if it's used to prove who you are and eventually potentially your ability to buy and sell? This is when convenience becomes control. Now I want to share with you what's going on in the UK, what was just announced by the king. Check out King Charles and his purple crown and surrounded by all his gold, speaking these words.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Listen to that again and think about the last few words that he says.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Modernize how citizens interact with public services, meaning these digital IDs are going to interact with public services. What starts as access to public services can very quickly become required ID verification for more and more parts of your life. Public services that we maybe need. And once your digital ID becomes a doorway to normal participation in society, the question is no longer, is this convenient? The question becomes, who controls the doorway? Who can lock it? Who can limit it? Who can flag it? Who can attach conditions to it? Who can decide whether you're allowed in? Are you following me? Digital ID is not just about something that you use to prove who you are. European Digital ID Regulation. The European Digital ID Regulation will revolutionize digital identity in the European Union by enabling the creation of universal, trustworthy, secure European digital identity wallet. It says that they're establishing a framework for European digital identity. Member states will be mandated to offer citizens and businesses digital wallets, which can link their national digital identities with proof of other personal attributes like driver's licenses, diplomas, and bank accounts. The aim is to provide Europeans with full control over their data while accessing online services, eliminating unnecessary data sharing. Services providers legally obliged to identify their customers unequivocally will be obliged to accept the wallet for authentication. They're modernizing it. The document here says that EU member states will be mandated to offer citizens and businesses these digital wallets. And those wallets can link national digital identifiers with a person's attributes, like I said, bank accounts. It also says the wallets will be used for public and private digital services, and the member states must provide these wallets by the end of this year. So listen, how they're presenting it. It's giving the user control. They're presenting it as privacy. It's secure. It's safe. It's convenient. But the warning is obvious to me. If your identity and your credentials and your banking and public services and private services and public, all that stuff is all in one digital wallet, then your life becomes much easier to track, much easier to manage, to authenticate, to approve, or deny, or restrict. But it does mean the infrastructure could, and if the Bible's correct, will be used for control. The danger is not in how the system begins. The danger is often in what the system makes possible later. Even the civil liberties groups are warning about this. Look at the title. How to give the government new power to unperson someone in 3 easy steps. States that adopt the digital driver's licenses need to rethink how IDs are revoked. The big push for state digital driver's licenses that we've been warning about is effectively a movement to increase the power of big companies and government to control individuals.